trusted to have a single conversation. And they re-ran him for president. It's every time you think about it, it makes you physically ill. So screw all of the politicians and all of the leadership and all of the consultants, all the crooks in Washington. And I'm finally back to Eleanor Holmes Norton for a second. So George's right. She doesn't really have a vote. It's not that relevant, right? Since she's representing us. And B, she's not legislative overall or career, right? But what are we doing? So there's a second phenomenon that I alluded to in the beginning. And if you don't know any politicians, you're not in these matches, most of them, right? You know, people aren't involved with these incentives, right? Misfortune of dealing with folks like that on a pretty regular basis. The culture in DC is super open nuts. And part of that is, once someone's in Congress, they become a demigod. And so, like, they're like, oh, Congressperson, Senator, what would you like me to write on your behalf? I write it right away. You're amazing. You're so powerful. I have access to you. I have access. But it's not just that. It's just everyone in Washington. Like, if you said, oh, let's go get a meeting with Rashida Tlaib or something. I'm just saying, like, one of the most personable, relatable Congress people. You might agree or disagree with her, but she's kind of an outsider, right? So I think everybody can acknowledge that. I'm thinking, like, the most outsider person I can think of in Washington. Meeting with Rashida Tlaib. She's a congresswoman. She's hard. And again, I don't even think it's a hypothetical, okay? So, like, but fill in the blank. Time spoke up. Like, almost everyone in Congress. And so now, if you're the head of a non-profit special interest organization, or a think tank, or you're a donor, right away, then you're also a demigod, right? But otherwise, and I saw somebody from one of the Gulf nations of Parka was very high up in an organization, and he treated people in a binary way. If he thought you were an important person, then he would be very gracious, right? But everyone else was a flat zero. Didn't care about you at all. You weren't really a person. So those Gulf nations run by dictators, very similar culture to Washington, D.C. You're either a 1 or a 0. Congress people are ones. So she's 88, and she's obviously she can't keep doing this. It doesn't matter. That's, guys, the most important part. Eleanor Holmes Norton is nearly irrelevant. The reason why she comes up is because they did it with us. They did it with Biden. They do it all. They did it with Mitch McConnell. No, he's not freezing. I saw him freeze. He moved for 30 seconds. What do you mean he's okay? Of course he's not okay. And the next day, Mitch McConnell comes like bruised face, bruised arm and stuff. Like, no. He's totally fine. Report that he's totally fine. Okay, he's totally fine. So, he's got to read the whole thing to you guys and break it down as we go along. And his excuse for the Epstein files now is it's crisscross. I mean, we're back to the 1990s with kids rapping. Okay, so like it doesn't make any sense. The contradicts itself. It's pretty much a confession. It's a wonderful disaster. All right, so you guys know when 6 o'clock Eastern every day, Monday through Friday. I do this on the weekends because I can't help it. I gotta give you the news. Trump's going nuts. He's getting exposed to everyone, including propaganda. Oh my God. So here we go. You guys ready? He's going to try to explain it. He's going to try to show you guys he's on top of it and produce the real trouble, creating real problems. Okay? So he says, or it's hilarious, right? What's going on with my boy? Something that is obvious. Yeah. That's hilarious. What I'm saying is, it's going to my head, and then he puts me more in quotes and gals in quotes. I mean, look, we're all used to it. Why, no one knows, but it's, especially on this, funny way to start. Then he says, they're all going after Attorney General Pam Bondi. He's doing a fantastic job. So interesting. Right out of the gate, doubling down on defending Pam Bondi. People thought he was going to throw Pam Bondi under the bus. People thought I was going to do this video without a stumble. They were wrong twice. There's no stumble. But let's keep going. This is one team. This team is breaking apart. He notices that his boys and gals are defecting in massive numbers. Now they're not defecting to like people keep moving the goalposts. They're not like, oh my God, you guys are right. You should have voted for Kamala Harris. I now love Joe Biden and think he's young. No, not saying like no, but do they trust Trump on this? And there's two word answers to that. It starts with L and ends with no. Okay? So is that then, hurting their trust of Trump overall? Oh, of course it is. How do I see that? Because I can also do that. And almost all of that is at once. Seriously, I mean, this is hilarious, but some dude with an Israeli flag on his thumbnail on X was like, I mean, the FC files, I mean, they're really a big deal. I don't know why people are so worried about it. And so that he makes remarks of it and MAGA's dogpiling. Like, oh, now you don't want to talk about the FC plus. Funny, huh? Interesting. I'm sure it's a coincidence. Anyways, so he's trying to get him back on one team because his team's totally falling apart. So he goes, we're on one team, MAGA. And I don't like what's happening. It doesn't mean that the FC files haven't been released. He means that they're complaining that the FC files haven't been released. He says, we have a perfect administration. Perfect, of course. Capitalized. Really? Again, look, guys, if you're a Trump voter, does it look perfect to you now? Can you begin to see what we've been seeing, which is, you can criticize the Democratic politicians day in, day out, and I'll agree with you at least 70%. I'll agree with Democrats 90%, right? So I don't agree with you on policy, but a lot of our politicians suck. They're corporate robots, right? But and you know that a lot of your Republican politicians suck, and they're almost all establishment guys, right? Uniparty, all that stuff. You have your faith in Trump, but now can you see what we see? No, he's another politician. He's and his lies are wild, guys. I know he was in the establishment, and so you want to believe in that. And we all want someone who's actually anti-establishment, right? And actually populist, and actually stands up for the very people. But when you see this clownishness, is there a single person out there who thinks they're running a perfect administration? Okay, but let's continue. This is the best stuff. So, he says, it's also the talk of the world, capitalize that. And selfish people, in quotes, are trying to hurt it all over a guy who never dies, Jeffrey Epstein. You're the one who wouldn't stop talking about him. You can gaslight all day, all night, but forget the left, forget the middle. It's not working with the right anymore, brother. We've all been talking about it day in, day out. Every day. No. Democrats won't release that 10 miles, right? Now he's like, man, why are you still talking about? Only selfish people are talking about it. How is that for ironic from a guy who might be in the vials? But we're all selfish? Your own voters are selfish for asking for justice, for asking for the thing that you said you were going to give them? Look, you're not selfish. You is saying, Epstein, he called him a terrific guy. They were best friends for 15 years. He even has pictures with Robert Maxwell. Who's Robert Maxwell? That's Ghislaine Maxwell's dad, okay? Trump does with Epstein and Robert Maxwell. Who's Robert Maxwell? One of the top Israeli spies of all time. Mossad, with his state funeral of Prime Minister Yitzhak Rabin presided. Okay, so and when Ghislaine Maxwell was arrested, and he was president, they asked him, what do you think? They called the biggest rumor in American history. And he's like, I wish her well. And somebody asked him again. It's like, wait, last time somebody asked him, he said, it was going on in that history. Wow, I'm here to mean that, right? There's 20 people. So and then, it's unbelievable, right? Anyways, it's Epstein. Never again. His brother now was true. What's the deal? We know I'm saying on it. It's a real spectacle. And Jack. You're supposed to sit dynamic. Anyways, we have obvious reactors, so Democratic Republicans. Okay, so this is 5,000 which is totally the diamonds. Top of war, Russia, intelligence agencies. Then Obama and Biden and Kobe and the seashells and everyone else, they created the FC box. They know how to never stop talking about that. If this is so files like the Russian was the owners, well, it's not Biden. So something else happened. So they were fake files written by Biden. If you decided to run the campaign, nah, brother, this doesn't add up. I mean, this is it. You know how on the internet when you talk about epic fails, this is epic fail. This is like, I'm like, maybe I have this is Saturn. This is just like they created faith, they invented /Christopher Steele dossier that they stopped. And now my so-called friends are playing right into their hands. So now America is playing into Obama and Biden's hands by talking about the fake Pepsi. This is right. Literally, young woman, cat turtle vomit out some sort of, what do you do? Soccer. Smells that. I mean, it's not. You guys have to sell the weekend. Turkey one boy saying, conference was like, you're all smashing Trump. Tucker Cross is like, this is a failure. This is crazy, right? And the crowds are really Trump. And it's like, no, man, that's why he's right. That was such an unbelievable way with this. And his explanation is, hey, don't tell us something about the FC class. I don't know about those. I mean, the whole time was Obama and Biden we already know, and you already said there are hundreds of underage girls who are raped. They exist. What do you mean? Obama and Biden created fake files. And then he used it to win talents in it. And you thought they were fake. They were like, oh, I'm lying about pedophilia just to get elected. How does any of this help, brother? It's so, like, so much credit he does not deserve. Okay, so he continues. Okay, so now his friends are telling him about it's all his friends' fault, it's Maggie's fault, etc. So, okay, by the way, super dumb strategy. I'm not going to be honest. This is why these radical lunatics release Epstein files. Why don't you release Epstein files? Because we're not tonight. So it's fine. You have to say the prompt fight. No, the president. Tweets up right now. You might look at them. Got them in their fake. Tweets how fake they are. Look at how evidence, put it together, Photoshop, I said, whatever, right? Show us, right? No, they don't exist. But they were created earlier, and they were fake, and that's why I ran out of them. And it's, my friends are betraying me. What's wrong with the boys and the guys? Meltdown. Epic meltdown. And by the way, think about it, guys. If it was a fake dossier created by Obama and Biden and Trump, it's a good question. Why didn't they do this? They created it apparently to smear Trump as implication. Why didn't we just scream into the mic? I'm on this. This two-social person just don't know. So if they created a fake Epstein file to smear you, then why wouldn't they release it? You won't give them twice. Are they seeing the question? Steve doesn't make any sense. Any sense. And he's just not bright enough to see it. So, all right, I'll go a little quicker now. Get the gist of it, but there's still some good golden nuggets in there, so let's keep going. He says, if there was instance that anything, hold the magnet movement, why didn't they use it? Yeah, if they created, why wouldn't they use it? You're just hurting your own boy. He says, they haven't even given up on the John F. Kennedy or Martin Luther King Jr. files, right about now. Do I want to continue to drop police? Is that really a goal? Okay, let's see what happens with this thing. He says, no matter how much success we've had, security dominance, fixing the economy, energy dominance, the secret problems not having nuclear weapons. It's never enough for security. And Seth, switch it up. Okay, so what we're saying, SMAGA guys, man, you can't ever please them. You know, I bobbed around, and even though I said I would, but then I stopped bobbing it. And then I said I'd release their files. Now I'm saying that I won't. Plus they don't exist, plus they exist and they're fake. That's why I use them, and I mean, they use them, but they didn't use them. So, it's your fault, MAGA. You see that? His friends, his boys, his gals. You guys will drink. That is a very poor strategy. But he never has the strategies to get elected because he collects all this media attention. But it doesn't work. Now it brings up his ideas. How's Cenk going to continue on the voice of Trump? Now and the crowd is split. They're about 50-50 half. We want it to have how they're having it. But please go. It's going to go. All right, here we go. For 6 months than any other administration has achieved in over 100. I'm using this many books. 6 months, nobody's done it in 100. Anyway, and we have so much more to do. That's what we're seeing our country. We just Why do you capitalize this? It's all right, anyway. And that's imploding. One day they're going to look up in the psychology textbook the concept of projection, and that sentence is going to be it. Am I enjoying this a little bit? I'm enjoying more because, I'm all about policy, right? So give me an actual win over silly things. So I would much prefer that they actually release them. Now, we all know there's approximately a 0% chance. The question is why? Another question is, can we ever get a populace of anyone in the spectrum actually go and say, God damn, does it? Okay? Look, guys, I give you all everything I got. So that's why I'm like, if nobody else is doing it, we'll try it, Rebellion Pack. Okay? So, RebellionPack.com, wish us luck. We've got 4 great populist candidates. Iron Worker, a baseball player, 24-year veteran, Rokana. Anyways, you like that one, great. You don't like it, for something else, great. You gotta be an honest person. You gotta be an honest person. This one honest person can lead the country into taking money out of politics. Because if you don't take money out of politics, they're all going to fix it. And that's what I'm saying. So, it says left's imploding. Cash Patel and FBI must be focused on investigating voter fraud, political corruption, the extending election of so let's go back to this. We should waste our time on that, but we have no time to release the Epstein files. We should waste American taxpayer dollars on investigating how you were robbed at the 2012 election, even though you lost 61 court cases in a row and presented 0. We should waste our time on that, but not that Epstein. Anyway, he's going through his laundry list here, and he says And instead of spending month after month looking at nothing but the same old radical left-inspired documents on WWF's, no, he's just saying it, guys. There's no answers or buts. The recent Epstein files are left up. They don't exist. The girls apparently were not linked. They don't have tapes. None of it happened. Like he's saying to you guys, I think you're stupid, and not a little stupid. I think you're like unreal stupid that you believe that the left created fake FC buzz that he then ran on and said existed and was terrible and was supported in the world. And none of the girls actually got raised. So don't worry about it. There was no rich, powerful elites that did those crimes. Nobody believes that, bro. Nobody. Like 0 people on planet Earth. Since there's some Israeli support, we should let it go. Why let it go? Sure. All right, but finally, it says, these are all in caps, man. Wow. Okay, bro. Go for it. See how it turns out. The 2020 election was rigged and stolen, and they tried to do the same thing in 2024. That's what she's looking into as Attorney General, and much more. 1 year ago, our country was dead. Now it's the hardest country anywhere in the world. This again, these superlatives. Okay, back when everybody was like, yeah, the establishment, these absolute triumph. We're not going to listen to the okay, maybe when you say then you're the hottest country in every other country, in our country earlier when we were all alive, you saw it was dead, right? And maybe they get, okay, it's hyperbole, whatever. Right? Now, the country was dead, and now we're living this. All right, let's keep it that way, it says, and not waste time and energy on Jeffrey Epstein. Somebody nobody cares about. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Not waste time and energy on Jeffrey Epstein. Somebody cares. That's why he had to write. He had to write this new Truth Social post on a Saturday night. There's nobody cares. That's why it's not bothering me at all. No. Like, it's a cool like, because everyone's talking about it. And you know it, and that's why you did this post. And, I mean, it just dug is a great. That's... Forget left, forget middle. The right is in the wall.
He won the title here in the gold. He wanted this title so badly, and he went in there and made it happen. Impressive stuff.